about Belle Collective and Love and Marriage Huntsville. But before we get into it, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And come on over here and kick it with your girl. Y'all, we're gonna talk about Belle Collective and Love and Marriage Huntsville. I'm just gonna do commentary, give my thoughts on it, and I will drop the video for Married to Medicine tomorrow. I may do it after this video, but that's a strong maybe because it's already a little late and I have been tired all day. So we'll see. But if I don't drop it today, then it will be out tomorrow evening. So, honey, down in Jackson, Mississippi, Latrice is doing a giveaway. Well, not a giveaway, but she's giving back food to the community because, you know, the economy that we are in is crazy. And I always love Latrice. Always seems to do stuff to give back to the community. And I like that. All the ladies came together except for Kerri. I believe Kerri was in Atlanta or something, Latrice said. Even Lateshia showed up. Marie showed up late, but she came. She said that her grandsons had their first basketball game, so she had to go to that. And we know if you're a grandmother, a mother, or whatever, you know, family first. But yeah, all the ladies came and they gave back to the community, which I thought was great. I'm always here for helping somebody and, you know, trying, you know, doing what I can do to help. So I like that Latrice always does what she can to help. And Latrice, you know, talk about how she came from very humble beginnings. It's been times where she didn't have enough, and so she always want to be that person to give back. And I like that. Did y'all peep Amanda there? Amanda was there, but her and Lateshia didn't have any I cannot talk tonight, y'all. Amanda was there, but her and Lateshia didn't have any interaction. And if they did, they edited it out. And Glenn is coming as well, but Glenn is late. And I'm like, why the hell is Glenn always late to every damn thing? Where the hell do you be? Like, what are you doing? Why are you so damn late to everything? It's like, I don't know if this man is still working. I know at one point he quit his job. Then I know last season they said that he was back working. So I don't know, but I just know his ass is always late. They're always taking different cars, which I get it, you know, if she at work or if she doing something, but they always meeting up and Glenn is always late. Like, Glendale, what the hell is you doing? Why can't you be on time? So Cliff and Glenn finally sit down and talk. And basically, you know, they're trying to come to a common ground. And Cliff said that he felt hurt with Glenn saying that they were trying to break up his marriage. Cliff basically said in a lot of words, at least what I took from it is that you be out here doing your bullshit, which they probably both be doing their bullshit, but don't drag me into it. But like I said, I see both sides of the situation. I can see how Glenn can feel betrayed in a way, but Glenn, Cliff is basically saying you need to tighten up. I feel like that's what he said without saying it. And it's like, at the end of the day, you want me to get in it, but nigga, you be doing what you do. Excuse my language, not nigga, but you be doing what you do. And it's like, it ain't no secret. And then Cliff did say that when he got the call from Latrice saying that Glenn was in her face. And y'all know Glendale be getting on my nerves. But in Glenn's defense, he did not get in Latrice's face. Like, he wasn't in her face. He wasn't on no rah-rah stuff with Latrice. He was just saying, all of y'all are surrounding her. Y'all are getting into it's all these women surrounding her and getting into it with her. And y'all are not going to do that while I'm here. And I don't blame him. Like, at the end of the day, however we feel about their relationship, whatever we feel Tisha should and shouldn't do, that's still her husband, and he's supposed to ride for her. I mean, that's just what it is. And he did not get into Latrice's face and stuff. He was really, you know, he was letting them know that it's not gonna be that, but it wasn't like he was trying to go with Latrice. And, you know, they had their little words, and basically, they talking about the other stuff that's been happening. They really low-key happy they back friends. And so Glenn started telling Cliff about the situation that he had with Lateshia's manager. He's saying that the men call him sexual chocolate. touch my chocolate. And Cliff is like, is he gay? Glenn, you know that man was trying to be funny. You know it wasn't in that context. Like, be for real. So Lateshia has finally went the hell off on Glenn. Let's clap it up for Lateshia, y'all. Let's clap it up for her one time. It's about damn time. And I don't know if it's real or not. I see a lot of different people saying they think it's for a storyline. I don't know. And like I said before, Lateshia, we can say we think she needs to leave her man. We can say that all day. But like I said before, I'm a person where I feel like I'm a firm believer that a person not leaving until they ready. And, you know, she been with him this long. If you not gonna leave him, check his ass. Like, put his ass in his place. But he low-key really don't take Lateshia serious. And he's like, oh, I don't like this Lateshia. He was like, I am stunned. She ain't never came at me like this. And that's the problem. If she ain't never put her foot up his ass, that's the problem. And that's why he's out doing what the hell he want. Lateshia is saying that she put Ferris on like a leave. Glenn is saying that Ferris should have been fired if it was him. Ferris would have been fired. I'm like, Glenn, you don't. What are you gonna fire this person from? And it's just one of those things that Glenn is just mad because, like I've been saying, that Lateshia is finally seeing something for herself and not making everything completely about him. And that's what she's always did, especially because he was the breadwinner and stuff. So I'm pretty sure as we've seen how he carry on, she let him slide with a lot of shit. And now that she's finally in a place where she's making moves for herself, you know, she's able to make her own money. He see that, he want a piece of that. Like I said before, the shit that he did was lame as hell. And I still stand on, ladies, if you have a man who don't want to see you elevate, you need to get the hell away from him. Because it's one thing, it's one thing for a man to feel away, but it's another thing for him to act on it and to actually not give a damn and to embarrass you constantly and stuff. But like I said, if Lateshia like it, baby, I love it. I'm the type of person where I wholeheartedly believe that you should live your life the way you want to live it. And it might not make sense to me. It might not make sense to you, them, they, whoever. But if that's how you want to live your life, that's how you want to live your life, girl. If you want to deal with Glenn bullshit, deal with it. I just wish she was quit talking about them resetting and them having all these issues. And don't get me wrong, that's a relationship. Some relationships have issues, but it's just some shit that's get old. Glenn said that he missed the old Lateshia. And Lateshia says that lady is dead and gone, and she don't want to never see her again. Glenn is talking about, you know, that was love. Now he basically don't know who Lateshia is. And Lateshia's like, that was comfort for you. That wasn't love. And then Glenn gonna say that, what did he say? Maybe I need to focus on myself. Lateshia slapped his ass. Like, sir, that's the problem. You've always been self-assured about yourself. Now that she's wanting to do something for herself, you can't stand to see it. And that's the damn problem. Child, I'm sick of these two. So, child, they had at this event that I believe Latrice and Lateshia planned it like a buried or hatchet. I can't think of the name of the event. Y'all know when they meet up and talk about shit that they never resolve. But I see Tamara, I see their side. I see Lateshia's side with Tamara, and I see Tamara's side. So we know, like I always say, Tamara is cool, but Tamara don't show her life. She just doesn't, and she haven't really since the first season. She haven't never been showed her life. But let's be clear, Tamara do not like Marie and Lateshia for real. Allegedly, y'all know I'm gonna throw that allegedly word in there. But I feel like she don't like them, and she got good reason to not like them. Like, y'all literally sat down with her stalker. You know, I wouldn't fuck with you. I wouldn't fuck with y'all either. You know what I'm saying? So, I get that. But, like Marie said, that if you want to get to know us, you can't have this relationship. It can't just be so surface level. And I feel like that's how really Tamara want it. She don't really want to say it because she is on this show, but that's really what it is. I don't really fool with y'all. Y'all sit down and talk to my stalker. Y'all did this, y'all did that. But Tamara saying that she expected to hear from them during her pregnancy and after she had her baby is crazy. Because if you don't fool with them, you don't fool with them on the show like that. Why would you be expecting them to call you outside of, like, y'all be, it's like, you're damn if you do, you're damn if you don't on both sides. I get both sides, but at the same time, I just feel like the problem is a lot of these franchises, on a lot of these shows, these women don't be standing on business. And that's the problem. Like, yeah, I have a problem with getting to know you ladies and opening up to you ladies like that because y'all did X, Y, Z, and I felt the way about that. Like, say that, put it on the table, and y'all make a move forward. But if you did some stuff like that to me, I am not fit to be telling you all my business. I'm not, because you're not a safe space. You are somebody that I have to watch. And I'm going to watch your ass, but I know I'm on this show, so I'm going to do what I need to do to get my point. And I feel like that's just what it is. And, of course, Latrice is going to take Tamara's side because they are friends for real. Like, outside of the show, I believe they are friends. So, she's going to say that Tamara brings a lot. But as Lavera, and I'm pretty sure y'all would agree, Tamara don't show a lot about her life. Like, we still don't even know what happened with her and Damon, what's his name? Desmond, her child's father. We don't know if they together, they not together. Like, we don't know. Did you just have this baby because you wanted a baby and you knew that he was somebody comfortable that you had, you know, been with previously, and you was like, this is comfortable, I want another baby, so I'm gonna just do it with him, but we ain't together. Like, she ain't told us Nathan. And if that's true, and I wish they would just say that, of course, Latrice is gonna have her back. That's her friend. And I ain't even mad at that because that's what friends do. But let's be clear, we don't hear much from Tamara for real. Like, I've said multiple times that Tamara really could be part-time. So Tamara ends up leaving. Then Kerri. And I like Kerri so far. But Kerri is talking about a conversation that her and her husband had in private. It's like when you and your man, husband, boyfriend, girlfriend, your significant other, whatever it is, when you have pillow talk with your person, because let's be clear, if you've been in a long-term relationship, a marriage, whatever, y'all know y'all talk. You know you talk to that person. That's supposed to be between you two. Why are you coming back to tell the Bells? Which I feel like if they did say that it was like a rumor going around about it. So what we know that Kerri said that Mike's supposed to have a baby on the way. Selena basically is like, if Mike have a baby on the way, then it ain't supposed to be no wedding, and if that his ass is to get left. Latrice is like, oh, I ain't taking care of no outside baby. And my thing is, why are we repeating pillow talk? Y'all think production put Kerri up to this? Like, I don't know. I feel like maybe the producers told her to ask this question because what? Like, what? So, but Selena, I believe she had her bridal shower this past weekend, and the wedding is still on. So maybe it was, I'm assuming it's a lie, and that they are still getting married. We all know Mike is not really fast. If you catch my drift, he's a little slow. Before I wrap the Bells up, we do know we seen him in a little scene where she was over there cleaning his house or something, and now he's not wanting to move. Like, they agreed to both, I guess, get rid of their houses or put their house up for rent or something. I don't know. But the plan was for them to get married and basically get their own place. And he's wanting to stay at his place now. And Selena is like, no, that's not what we talked about, because I wouldn't be comfortable staying here because your ex was here. And I agree. I wholeheartedly agree. Sir, you're not supposed to marry me and then have me to come to your ex-ladies have. Something that you got with another person, or that you and another person had made a home. I'm not supposed to come in and make it home. I make it a home. I'm making my home. I don't know. Some women may look at that differently, but for me personally, that's just something that's like, cause I know you ain't got no new bed and stuff. So what you like, and I know y'all might not agree with it, but that's kind of how I feel. So, child, we'll find out if this man has a baby on the way. But which I think is a lie. I think it's just talk. Y'all know they gotta have some type of drama, but we'll see. And we gonna say allegedly to all that. So we are leaving Jackson, Mississippi, and we heading on down to Huntsville, Alabama, baby. And down in Huntsville, Trish and Ken are still going at it. And the counselor is just sitting there looking, letting them, do their thing, do their back and forth. And I keep saying before, I feel like this relationship is out of convenience. And like I've said on multiple occasions, I try to give them the benefit of the doubt. But I always felt like what's her name? Lateshia, Trish has always wanted to be with Marquez. I'm gonna keep saying allegedly. I just feel like Trish has a lot of issues that she needs to work out within herself, from the grief. I feel like she's dealing with a lot of trauma, and I honestly do feel that, because first of all, she had 3 close family members: her mother, her father, and her sister, all passed back to back. And then in the midst of that, Marquez, her husband at the time, up and left and moved to Atlanta, whether she was doing something on it. She said Marquez wasn't helping her through her grief or whatever. So maybe she needed somebody else. She felt like she had to go other places. Whatever the case may be, because we know Trish she a little sneaky too. But like I said, that's grief and trauma on top of the situation with her family members. Then you throw in your man a man of marriage with a man that you've been with since y'all were in high school. You throw that in there, that's another form of grief, because now you're grieving that relationship. So I felt like she should have been by herself. She shouldn't have been in a relationship. She should have been pursuing therapy. If she couldn't have figured it out for herself, she should have already been pursuing therapy instead of jumping into a relationship. But I feel like her and Ken, she seen Ken as a means to help her. And, she's on the show. Ken want to be on the show, so they stay together out of convenience. That's how I feel. So, Ken basically said he didn't lie before, but Trish lied about stupid shit. At this point, both of y'all ass be lying. Like I said, I feel like now all of this is unfolding, that y'all are together out of convenience. And the point is, he want to be on the show. Trish want to stay on the show. And this is what we get. Like, this is what are we getting from them. That's it. That's all. It's really nothing else to talk about. They're basically having the same issues over and over again. Ken did say that he feel like that they should they shouldn't let outside people be able to control their relationship. What I got from that was, y'all know all the stuff Marquez got going on. Well, did have going on anyway, with their divorce and stuff, and basically him having to move out the house, because really I believe that's why he moved. It's not because, well, they probably did get into it, but it was a judgment in their divorce decree, and he had to move. Probably like, if you're not married to this person, then my kids can't stay in the house with you. Probably some shit like that. And so that's what it was. And I'm gonna say allegedly, because I don't know exactly if that's why he moved, but I do know that's in the divorce decree. And him saying that other people is able to control our relationship, I feel like he's talking about, Marquez. Who else? But at the same time, bring Marquez back. Marquez is funny. Marquez made them interesting. We know Marquez gonna put on the show. He gonna throw a little razzle dazzle in there. But that's pretty much it with Ken and Trish, child. We wrapping them right on up. Oh, really? The highlight of this episode was Destiny and her siblings. So we know Destiny and the Scotts, they all go to Detroit. The Scotts are gonna break away and go to Pontiac, their hometown, while Destiny stays in Detroit. Destiny did say, you know, she wanted to meet with basically her siblings and stuff first, and then that she would let Tisha and Kimmy know if she needed them or they could meet up later, basically. And so they agreed. And so basically she meets up. So Destiny has a total, I think it's a total of 8 of them. And 2 of Destiny and her brother, I believe his name was Terrell or something like that. Don't quote me on that name. But he has since passed away. And Destiny and her brother was the only kids that the mother actually had and took care of once upon a time. I think she said that she got took from her mama when she was like 5 or 6, I believe. But her and her late brother was the only 2 that she actually did take care of, that she had and she cared for a point in time. The other 6 siblings after that was all taken at birth. So she didn't know her other 6 siblings. She, you know, found them, and now they are becoming, you know, or getting to know each other. Her brother Jesse, one of her brothers, he said he did not want to meet the mother. We see that she have a little sister named Paula, and I believe Paula hadn't met her at all. At first I was thinking none of the siblings had met her, but I'm like, because they focused so much on Paula, maybe Paula was just the one that didn't care about expressing herself. Or I believe the other siblings have met her before, but they just, you know, I don't know. But they all, you know, I feel like a lot of people are mad about this scene with her mother, and I get it. Like, I completely understand why people would be mad. Me personally, I don't know if that was my mother. I don't know if I would want to put my mother out there like that, just because I do know she's still deep in it. You know, she's in a vulnerable spot. And hell, she ain't in her right state of mind. Let's just be clear. Me personally, I see both sides. Like, at the end of the day, I understand Destiny. She needs a storyline. Let's just be clear. Destiny ain't been talking about shit. Everything she talked about was relationship. After Mel left, she couldn't talk about Mel. She tried to do the funny them. They left. Then she had all these relationships with these different men, making herself look crazy, and that didn't stick. So now I feel like she's bringing her mother on to make herself more relatable, which a lot of people can relate to this. So this is why I'm kind of up in the air about it, just because I feel like her mother is in a vulnerable state. And, you know, I don't know. For me, I don't know if I would want to do that to my mama. But at the same time, I understand this is her story too. And she has a right to tell her story. And her mother agreed to be on camera. So it ain't really too much, you know, we can say to stop that. Her mother is basically still deep in. Like, so I'm going to just say this. My mother has never done any drugs. Was never like on nothing, but I have a big family. And so a few of my family members are deep in, and I'm gonna just say that. Like, if you stay, I ain't even gonna get into that and do all that, but a few of my family members are deep in. I'm gonna just say that. So. And I understand it, like, having cousins and stuff have to deal with that with their mothers. Friends that I know had to deal with that with their mothers. Just, you know, that type of situation. So I understand the dynamic. That's why I said I'm a little indifferent about it. Because I understand, like, people saying Destiny wrong because of putting her mother out like this. But then again, I feel like that's her life. That's what she lived. I feel like for me, it makes me understand Destiny a little bit more. I always said that she had issues with women because she had issues with her mother. And I feel like this is very telling because her mama came in. That mama came in and she have this very entitlement spirit. She came in, she is like she wasn't happy to see her kids. She met Paula for the first time, and the first thing she said to Paula was, "Your daddy just died." Like, no empathy, no, like, you know, I'm sorry for y'all having to grow up like this, none of that. And she did say that, you know, she basically gave her kids up, even though I feel like they probably was all took because she was still out there deep in as she was pregnant. You get my drift. But she said that she wouldn't been able to give them, you know, a life, and she didn't want them to be in that situation, which I just feel like that's something you gotta respect. Even though they may feel a certain type of way because that's their mother, they probably always wanted their relationship. They probably always wondered how she was and stuff. So I completely understand that part of it. And I can't tell nobody about their trauma or how they feel, right? But I will say, if she would have raised them, ain't no telling where they would be. Destiny's grandmother had been looking for them for years. I think that they was like almost 30 years. Like, she would literally post pictures of the kids and post her number and stuff, hoping people would reach out to her. We see Destiny aunts and cousins and stuff, and you know, they tried to, I feel like her aunt them tried to make light of the situation because she's there in Detroit, so they probably see her all the time. Y'all know how they go. Destiny was taken aback because she's like, her mother is so skinny, and she's tall. Her mother is really tall, but she was like, she's so skinny, she never seen her that skinny before, and she deep in it. Like, I don't want to say nothing disrespectful because we know if you've been around people who do drugs, especially hard drugs, then we know how that goes. So her mother is, like I said, she's still deep in her addiction. She's still out there. She's also mad at Destiny because she said Destiny promised to get her a house. And so Destiny was like, well, how I was going to get you a house and you're on the streets? And then she was like, well, I got a house. And it's just like one of those things where she's entitled. She feel like she see Destiny on this show. She probably think Destiny just got all this money. And then she kept referencing Destiny's dad. She probably feel like Destiny's taking care of her dad but not doing anything for her. But her dad is the one who raised her. Destiny aunts them, they did try to, you know, talk great about her, which, because let's be clear, everybody before they get on drugs and before they go down that path, they have a life before that. If you see, like I said, I have family members and I've seen them go from here, be up here, and go all the way down here. So I completely get, you know, why her sister and them try to make light of the situation. They was like, you know, y'all mama was that girl, and she used to do this, she used to do that. And Destiny really couldn't say much because she's like, it's hard for me to see her in that light because basically all the stuff that, most of the memories and stuff that they have from her, they don't know her like that. And then the other siblings don't know her at all. So I just feel like it's a sad situation. I feel like this is the reason Destiny is the way she is. This is the reason Destiny most likely has issues with women. And then when she do find somebody that she like and stuff, she craves their attention and she want to like be their friend and stuff so bad, even though she's not a great friend. I feel like a lot of people is like, oh, this is not going to make us like Destiny anymore. I don't think it has to make you like her more just because some of her character flaws. This doesn't change some of her character flaws. I say that. But I will say, for me, this makes me understand her more. Because let's be clear, we all got a story. And it's easy to talk about, you know, a person and not like them. Because, I mean, rightfully so, because some of her ways are shitty. Don't get me wrong. But I understand a little more kind of why she's so jaded and why she's more, and this explains why she's so loyal to Martell. Outside of, yeah, you knew Martell, but you knew Martell was wrong, but she took Martell's side because she's probably very male identified, because the first woman who was supposed to love her and protect her has never done that. If that makes sense. And let's be clear, I do feel like this is a situation, especially when a person is deep into their addiction. A lot of times you really don't heal from it. You really don't. It's one of those things that you don't necessarily heal from. You have to adjust and learn how to live life, you know, with accepting that it is what it is. And I know that's a hard pill to swallow, but as a person speaking from dealing with, like I said, close family members and stuff who are well out into their addiction right now as we speak, no matter how much you try to help them, no matter how much you want to get them the resources and like I said, the help, and you want to do for them and you want to see them do better, if they don't want that for themselves, it's nothing you can do about it. And that's the sad reality. That's the sad truth. And that's what a lot of times, a lot of people can't accept that, but that's really like what it is. And like I said, I'm speaking from experience. I don't have a mother who is like strung out. I know that's a different type of pain, especially when you never been able to have that relationship with her that you wanted. But just speaking as someone who have been around people who are on drugs and who do what they do, it's one of those things where it's like you damn if you do, you damn if you don't. You know what I'm saying? So that's why sometimes you just have to really accept what it is. Know that you tried your best. You did your part. It's nothing. It's out of your hands. Pray for them and just, pray for, like I said, pray for them and just kind of keep it moving, because if not, you will live your life crazy trying to help them. And this is probably why, like I said, with Destiny, that's probably why she hasn't helped her mama or found her a place to stay or did anything, because you are still deep in your addiction. And let's be clear, you can help a person all day, but when they want to go get high, all that other stuff go out the door. And guess what they gonna do? They gonna go get high. And all that money that you done spent goes down the drain, because they don't give a damn. They are chasing the next high. And that's just the real life reality that a lot of people don't want to accept that. And like I said, with that being her mother, I understand it. But and a lot of them that are addicted have very entitlement attitudes. Very. Like, I have some in my family who are very entitled. And it's like, you have to learn how to handle them with a long handle spoon. Put it like that. Like, that's just what it is. Like, I'm going to just keep it a buck. I may not look like it. And I don't carry myself that way. But I done seen a lot of stuff. I have seen a lot of stuff. And I done been through some stuff. So, I get this. I understand this. And the daughter, Paula, she does look just like her, Rhonda. That's her mother's name, Rhonda. But the Destiny little sister, Paula, she does look like Rhonda. They showed a picture of Rhonda in her younger day, and I was like, oh my gosh, she looked just like her. Like, just like her. And it's, it's just one of those bittersweet things. Like, at least they got to meet her and she got to see what it was. You know what I'm saying? That way you don't have to have it in the back of your head as what if. And let's be clear, we don't know Rhonda's story. I'm pretty sure she has a story. I know her sister said that she got addicted to a time when basically crack was placed in our community back in the 80s and when the epidemic hit, and y'all know how that went. And some people either became addicted, sold it, went to jail for it. Like, y'all know the story. So, I just feel like this made me see Destiny in a different light. Now, do she still get on my nerves? Absolutely. Because there's some character flaws about Destiny that I really don't like. But at the same time, like I said before, I don't know these women personally. I just try to talk about strictly what's on the show, because I can't really speak to, but from the certain stuff that she showed on the show, it's like, I don't know. But at the same time, knowing this and seeing her mother and kind of seeing where she come from, it makes me understand her a little bit better, and I understand why she's so jaded and why she really do have issues with women, and why she can't keep women friends, and why she went so hard for Martell. Like, I kind of understand it more now. Then her mama did say that it gave her more leeway without having her children, because Destiny expressed how when they did get taken, they seen her, and she said, Rhonda said that she was going to get them for some food, and she was like, with her knowing that her kids was taking care of her, was taken care of, that they gave her more leeway to go do what she was doing. So basically, and we know, like I said, if you know somebody deep in addiction, a lot of times you have to be a really strong person to beat it, and you have to really want it for yourself. I've seen it take so many people, y'all, and I'm gonna wrap this up in just a minute, but I've seen that addiction takes so many people that I know, people that I went to school with, people in my family. Like, a quick little story. One girl that I went to basically elementary, middle, and high school with her. I'm not gonna say her name or anything like that. Pretty girl. She was always a little hot, like, I don't want to say fast, but I guess I would say fast. Faster than, like, other girls our age, me, and just the stuff that she was doing. But she was cool. Like, I'm the type of person where if you cool with me, I'm cool with you. Whatever you do outside of us here at school and stuff, conversing, that ain't got nothing to do with me. But I would never forget, probably like a couple years after I graduated high school, and I was driving down the street, and I was at a stop sign. And I seen her literally walk across the street, and the way my mouth dropped, and I literally started crying, because I'm like, ain't no way. Oh my God. I'm just like, ain't no way that this girl was this pretty, was like really that girl. She was one of them girls, and just all the way downhill. So I understand, hey, it can really take you down. So I pray for Miss Rhonda, and yeah. So over in Pontiac, Michigan, the Scotts go visit their Maurice and Marceau's father and Uncle Rick, and Marceau them father is feeling a certain type of way. Child, he looking crazy, he all indifferent, but I felt like he feel a certain type of way because Maurice them was really excited to see Uncle Rick. Uncle Rick has opened a trade school. Marceau them did say that their dad got them in construction early. That's what made them, start doing construction. And I love that Uncle Rick got a trade school and he's teaching, black men. And I'm pretty sure it's more than black men that go there. But I love that he is teaching black men these trades, because like he said, that, back in the day, it used to be like most of the builders and people that did construction was 30% black. Now it has dropped down 6%. And that's a lot of times, I feel like that's why they did take the trades, because a lot of men, especially in our community, was tradesmen. Like my grandfather, like, I can go back if you want to talk about it, but we're not gonna do all that. But a lot of them was tradesmen, and they took the trades and they, tried to put it certain places. And so that's why I feel like a lot of these kids need to go still get trades today, because college is not for everybody, and that's okay. But if you know a trade, baby, you're gonna always be needed. Somebody gonna need you all the time, and they basically say that you will always be able to make money, which I love that. Like I said, I love that Maurice uncle has a school. I think that's dope. I feel like his daddy is low-key jealous of the uncle, and their relationship with the uncle. I feel like the dad was like, he had been incarcerated for a while. So, and y'all, when he was talking to Tricia and Kimmy, and he said the side woman, baby, Tisha so damn slow. And I'm like, did she catch on? Because at first, baby, the elevator was going up, but she wasn't on it. I mean, like, because she was not catching it. And basically he was saying, like, at first he worked, you know, he worked all the time, and then I guess he went to jail for a little minute, and then when he got out or something like that, or when he talked to Marceau and asked him why they never did come see him, write him, or anything. And I believe Marceau says because we didn't know you like that. So I feel like maybe he feel a certain type of way because they are so excited to see Uncle Rick. And I wonder, like, if Uncle Rick, you know, helped them along, which I'm pretty sure he did. And so he feel a certain type of way, child. So I want to know. I want to know what he was in jail for, how long he was in jail, and what happened, because he really don't seem to have a close relationship with them like that. But I'm like, then Maurice, I mean, I'm like, well, both of them have said that, you know, they dad didn't let them do certain stuff. I be so damn confused sometimes with these storylines, y'all, because really they be saying any damn thing. But I guess we shall see. And I do feel like Marceau them dad did take some accountability. He did take accountability. I just feel like it's a little late. So whatever that they got going on, hopefully they can mend that. And maybe we'll see too. Kudos to Destiny for finally having a storyline that's interesting. I'm not gonna lie, I was interested. I was glued to the TV. So a lot of y'all didn't like it, but I feel like it's a part of her life, you know. Will I do it? I don't know. I don't know. I haven't been in that situation to say that I would. You know, just on the outside looking in, probably not. But I'm not going to fault her. That's her mother. That's her story. And her mama agreed to it. Her family agreed to it. And that's pretty much it. That wraps up Love and Marriage Huntsville and Belle Collective. Like I said, I will be back to talk about Married to Medicine, but y'all already know. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all on the next one. Bye, y'all.